first few days of camp, just how's it feel to be back and be in the swing of things?
Oh, it feels amazing just, whenever we can get these pads back on and get back to hitting and back to being out here with the guys and getting our getting our chemistry back up. It's great. It's a great feeling.
How more confident or comfortable do you feel maybe compared to the spring after a few months?
That's a great, yeah. I mean, I feel a lot more confident coming out here, having the whole spring behind me and the whole summer too. We were doing a lot in the summer, so I feel a lot more comfortable in my play and playing out in space and covering.
What was your focus in summer?
Really just to work on my footwork covering. I'd say Indiana to here, the biggest jump was the coverage aspect of things and how much more coverage I'm doing. So I just really wanted to hone in and focus on that this summer and also put on a little bit of weight.
Brent was talking last week about guys making plays, and he said he admitted he's got a pretty high mark for you guys defensively. But are you starting to see defensive guys make plays out there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially today. I mean, there was a lot of young guys out there making plays like Phil Picciotti, Lewis Carter. There was a lot of guys making plays today, and I feel like that's just what's going to come as they keep getting more comfortable in the system. I mean, you see guys getting more comfortable now, so they're playing with more confidence.
How important is that for a defense to have guys that, maybe if a play doesn't go exactly right, you can go out and still make something happen?
Oh, I mean, it's huge just to have 11 guys on the field who can stay level-headed, not get too high, not get too low. I mean, it's a huge thing for us.
Dasan, during the spring, I know you were moving around kind of to different positions on the defense. Maybe after a few months, how much more confident, comfortable are you in the defense scheme?
A lot more confident. Yeah, I feel a lot more confident in the checks and the calls. I'm going to start moving around positions here soon again, so I'm excited for that, obviously. And any way it can help us win at any position, I'll be ready for.
How much different is this scheme compared to other ones you've been in?
I'd say the competitive depth here is crazy, really. I mean, we got dudes that can play any position, and we got 4 deep of each of them. So, I mean, we got guys on guys, and that's with offense included. So I really say the competitive depth.
You mentioned that depth. What have you seen from Justin Harrington, and how different has he looked here?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Justin's a freak, and, I mean, he's came out to camp ready to go. I mean, this is a dude 6'3", 215 that can cover like a corner, really. So, I mean, he's an impressive dude, and the dude I take a lot of notes from myself coverage-wise. So, I mean, me and him going back and forth is going to be a great combination.
Are there any other older players on the team who have kind of taken you under their wing as mentors?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Justin Harrington for sure has, especially with him being a cheetah. He just helped me out with a lot with like the footwork and like really getting to know like the why for like why we do everything and like why we're lined up like this and things of that nature. So I say he's been the biggest probably like older guy to help me out.
You mentioned that cheetah position. Just how much more confident have you come in learning that position and maybe being able to play it?
Oh yeah, no, I feel very confident in playing it. I feel like if I had a game today, that I feel like I can make it work. But that's just words from Coach V. Coach Roof, I mean, without those guys' help during this whole entire summer, that wouldn't have been possible. This spring, I started off really slow and just learning that process. So now being able to be here in camp, day 4, I feel so much more confident than I did day 4 of spring ball, so for sure.
You talked about moving positions within the defense. Could you foresee that happening like within a single series or moving around that much?
Yeah, I can see it happen within a series. Yeah, I mean, in between a couple plays. I mean, it could really switch quick. I mean, I don't want to say too much, but I mean, obviously, as it goes on, you guys will see. But it could change around a lot.
What's the challenge in that? I mean, you obviously maybe haven't done it as much as you're going to, but what do you sense is the challenge in that?
I don't really know. I did a good amount at IU, and obviously in high school, I played about anywhere on defense. So it really doesn't like feel like anything to me except what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
When I came here with Coach V, this is what we talked about doing. Is me playing these different positions. So this is kind of what I signed up for, so I'm ready for it.
Is it a mental challenge or a physical challenge? Or
it's more of a mental challenge than physical, for sure, yeah. Just learning the checks, especially with Coach V's defense, just learning the checks and different things like that. But, I mean, he simplifies it for me, especially when I come in at some different positions. He'll make sure I don't have to remember 1,000 things for that position. So he helps me out a lot.
How has that safety background from high school helped you?
Oh, I mean, it's helping me a lot right now, especially with how much coverage I'm doing again. So, I mean, I'm honing back in on that. It's definitely helped me a lot. Just that whole DB background from high school is coming back to fruition, so it definitely helped.
What's playing in a Brent Venables defense like compared to other defenses you played in?
A lot more mentally challenging, for sure. I mean, the amount of checks and plays you have to remember is just a crazy amount. I'm not going to lie, but, I mean, you could tell why it works so much because it's so hard to cover and so hard for an offense to pick up on. That's why I love his defense so much, for real.
What's it like having Day here now?
Oh, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, we were by each other basically the whole day on the sideline, just talking. I mean, this is literally what we dreamt of, is getting to play with each other. So, I mean, I can't wait to line up out there with him, get some plays in with him, but I'm excited that he's here for sure.
Any opinion on all the conference realignment stuff coming from a Big Ten school?
Man, I don't know. I saw, I think the Big Ten, they just added, who did they just add? They just added
USC.
I saw they added USC, Oregon. Did Washington come too?
Oregon and Washington.
I saw Washington come too. I think it's crazy. I like it though.
Yeah.
I mean, I like how obviously we're going to the SEC, but I mean, I like that. I like how these teams are moving around. I mean, I think it's going to be fun to watch. Honestly, like I've never thought about seeing like a matchup like that. Really, like USC, like Ohio State, like regular season matchup. So
Probably have some friends still.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, they all love it too. They're all like surprised. I mean, it's gonna come in handy being in that type of weather, and you know, September rolls around, and now I can go to California to play a game or something like that. Yeah.
What do you think about playing in the SEC in the future?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I just love. I love the fact that I have the chance to highly perform in 3 different conferences before I declare for the draft. I got to play in the Big Ten, which I love. Now I'll get to play this year, Big 12, and then next year the SEC. So I'm just really glad I'll get to stack on all these different types of conferences because they do have different type of play styles, really. So I just want to prove that I can flourish basically in all 3 of them, really, before I leave.
When returners from last year talk about, some of the weaknesses in the defense last year, maybe just the linebackers, what do they kind of say? And then what are you guys emphasizing now in camp?
I mean, the weakness was really just competitive depth, really. I mean, we had guys out there playing like 100 snaps, and now this year I'd say the biggest difference is we have a lot of guys that can play. So, there's not going to be the problem of us being worn out in the fourth quarter because we already have guys ready to go, and our starters have been, the rotation is going to be what the rotation is. I can't speak for what that's going to be, obviously, but I know we're all going to be fresh. I think that was a big reason, too. We're all way more into the system now, too. 2 years into the system, some of these guys are now, so it's going to be a huge help.
Dasan, what's it like for you having little bro out here with you?
Oh, no, it's been exciting. He was by me all day today. Just the fact that, we could both live out this moment together is crazy. We've been talking about this since we were in high school. So us finally being out here doing it has been crazy. It's been a crazy experience.
You come from such a football-centric family. Do you remember what age you really fell in love with the game?
Probably when I started playing tackle. I started playing tackle when I was 5 in Cincinnati. So I'll probably say around 5. As long as I can remember, I love football. So, yes, sir.
And then with your dad being a coach, sorry, I talked to your mom yesterday about this. A few personal questions for you. But with your dad being a coach, how much has he been a guy through your career that you've leaned on after games and just getting to know the X's and O's?
Oh, he's been huge, especially when I was real younger. He really break down all the simple stuff of the game for me. So just having him being a part and having him to be able, even after college games, when I was at IU, I'm calling him after the game because he's watching the game. After their Notre Dame game, he's watching it on recording, seeing how I did, and he has tips for me too. He sees what he sees. So he's just been a huge helping part, and it's definitely open between me and him, like a father-son, coach-player type relationship too.
And then for your mom, how is she? She's told me that she didn't know anything about football. How has she come along over the years?
No, she knows a lot now. She actually does know a lot, and it impresses me because she knows a lot about defense. I feel like that's harder to really know about as a fan than offense and really guess. But she has a good idea of what's going on. She's getting there.
Awesome.
How intense is Brent in practice?
Very, very intense. If you guys couldn't tell already. But I love it. This is what we need, obviously. It's pushing everybody to be great. We've had 4 great days because of it. So, without him, we wouldn't be here. So, I'm just blessed to have him.